Stand by.
Right now, Wisconsin's mask mandate on the line. What's next in state Republicans' efforts to end the governor's order?
Plus, the changing face of Wisconsin's legislature. The message from one of the newly elected representatives.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. So Wisconsin could be joining the small number of states without a mask mandate. In total, only 9 states do not currently have a policy on mask use in effect.
The state assembly is on deck to vote tomorrow on a resolution to overturn the governor's mask mandate after the Senate voted in favor of a repeal just yesterday. That's despite warnings from virtually every sector of the healthcare community. 23, mostly medical associations, had registered opposition to the bill. No group registered in favor. Republicans argue the statewide mask mandate is based off an unlawful public health emergency order, since the original order was announced in March and expired 60 days later. Democrats say voting it down is strictly political. SSM Health is opening a new vaccination site in Janesville this week. The spot at Dean Medical Group on the east side of town officially opens tomorrow. Previously, SSM Health had been asking some folks to get vaccinated outside Rock County because they had a lack of locations. SSM, as well as UW Health and Meritor, are all reaching out to currently eligible patients to schedule their appointments. That new site is going to be getting busier in the coming weeks. State health officials have officially added groups to the current Phase 1B for vaccinations. Those include educators, child care workers, public transit workers, prison inmates, and more. We have an in-depth breakdown of those groups and when they can expect to get their shots over on channel3000.com.
President Biden is expected to reopen enrollment for Obamacare tomorrow, part of a series of executive actions on health care from the president. It comes at a time when more Americans could be facing a loss of health coverage. The Trump administration cut open enrollment on the federal exchanges in half to 6 weeks. It ended on December 15th, but President Biden does have the power to open it up again.
Just as the pandemic is impacting more minority groups, those same groups are less likely to receive the vaccine. New data from 14 states shows white people are twice as likely to have received vaccines as minorities. Public health experts are concerned that disparity might get worse once the vaccine becomes more widely available. Black and Latino Americans are also dying of coronavirus at 3 times the rate of white people. They're 4 times more likely to be hospitalized. The former Wisconsin pharmacist accused of intentionally spoiling hundreds of COVID vaccine doses is expected to plead guilty in federal court. 46-year-old Stephen Brandenburg of Grafton has agreed to plead guilty to the charges of tampering with a consumer product. He says he took the shots out of a freezer and left them out for hours on purpose because he didn't think they were safe. He's facing a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison.
In Wisconsin, nearly 70,000 people have now received both doses of the vaccine. DHS says a total of 363,000 doses have been administered so far in the state. 50 more people did die in Wisconsin in the last 24 hours from the virus.
All right, 6:02 now. Get out those shovels and get your sidewalks clear. You have until noon today to get the job done or face a fine from the city. Meanwhile, plow trucks are finishing up their job this morning as well. Crews have been out and about overnight to clear the rest of Madison's side streets. Another reminder, the city's snow emergency is still in effect for another 2 hours here in Madison. So here's hoping your car was parked on the odd side of the street last night. I cannot get over the totals that we're seeing. The snow's covering my mailbox, Chris.
Oh, man, it was really deep yesterday. Get this. I don't know how I managed to do this yesterday. I broke 2 shovels.
What?
2 of them. I was trying, I know. It wasn't even like a wet, heavy snow or anything like that. I was trying to break up some ice on a crosswalk right off of our sidewalk, and just the thing just shattered. So I grabbed the backup shovel, and then the handle broke off of it. I'm like, throw a guy a bone here. I couldn't catch a break yesterday.
You obviously don't know your own strength. Those pipes, geez, Chris. Look at those. Look at those.
Yeah,
now,
right.
Hattie went the easy way. She used the snowplow.
I started with a shovel, and then after a few minutes, I was like, yeah, no way. The snowplow left a pile of snow that seemed nearly waist high at the end of my driveway. So I got out the snowplow and attacked it, and you know, a half hour later, things were clear. But what a great storm yesterday. If you love snow, if you are a lover of snow sports, you were super excited with those snow totals yesterday around the area. Take a look at what we have now on the ground. It's been several years, I think, since we've had this decent snowpack on the ground. And in many spots in southern Wisconsin, we have almost a foot of snow. As I was walking through the neighborhood yesterday, the snow depth was almost up to my knees in some spots, and that's without a drift. So great snow conditions this morning, and for the time being, no melting taking place for the next week or so. So this snow is going to stick around. Take a look at that snow depth across the upper Midwest, and really southern Wisconsin is where it's at as far as snow is concerned right now. Central and northern Wisconsin definitely don't have that much snow on the ground right now. Our snow chances as well pretty good over the next 10 days. We have a couple of systems. Saturday and Sunday, we have the potential for some accumulating snow, and then next Wednesday into Thursday, although right now that storm for next week looks like it could contain some warmer air and even the potential for some rain mixing in, so stay tuned for that. Right now though, let's take a sneak peek at that weekend storm. If you have plans this weekend to travel, you might want to consider the weather. It is going to be snowing, especially later on in the day on Saturday. The snow will continue Saturday night right into Sunday. Heaviest snow with this particular system is going to be in the southern half of the state, but there is still that potential through the Northwoods to get some snow on Sunday as well. Too early to put amounts on that, but it looks like you may need to shovel again. If you look at the radar map this morning, you'll note some snow spreading into Iowa. That storm is going to track well to our south, so not forecasting any of that snow here in southern Wisconsin. We're starting off with temperatures now here in Madison in the single digits, 8, 6 in the Dells, 7 in Platteville. With lots of sunshine today. Future Track is kind of overdoing the clouds. Look for partly sunny skies today with temperatures climbing back to around 20 this afternoon. Wind should stay light, so not a bad day at all to spend some time outside playing in the snow. Temperatures are going to drop pretty quickly though as soon as that sun sets right after 5 o'clock. Plan on a very cold start tomorrow morning. Our temperatures are going to be below 0 in many spots. In fact, take a look at the forecast then through the extended time frame. We have temperatures dipping to 2 below tomorrow morning. Lots of sunshine in the forecast though through Thursday with a high of 18. We'll warm back to around 30 for the weekend.
Looks like I'm gonna need a new snow shovel. Thanks, Eddie.
I think so. I hope you can find one, Chris.
Good point.
Wish me luck. So Wisconsin's legislature is seeing the most African-American representation in state history right now.
Currently, the 10 black lawmakers are seated in the state assembly and Senate. They account for the largest number of black legislators ever to serve together across both chambers. News 3's Taylor Lazenby joins us live with more. Pretty historic, Taylor.
Hi guys, good morning. That's right. We're seeing a lot of firsts right now, and we're talking about moving our world forward. Now, I spoke with Representative Samba Balde. Now, he's an immigrant from Gamba and is the first black male lawmaker to represent right here in Dane County. Now, he shared with me that he's seen the world fall through some hard times right now, and it's made him want to do everything he can for our community. When asked about the growing number of African Americans now in power throughout the state, Balde told me that it's good to see representation. At least we are making that progress moving forward.
Let's work together and make this state a better place for people of color. There are a lot of challenges that lies ahead. And so unless and until we look at the bigger picture that we all have in common, it will be difficult to bring about the change for which we were all elected.
So guys, it's pretty interesting. So despite some recent gains in representation, research shows that only 32 of the state's over 5,000 lawmakers who have served in the legislature since dating back to 1848 have been black. Now that's according to the LRB memo notes. So coming up in the next half hour, we're going to hear more from Representative Balde on his message for change and what that means for the younger generation. For News 3, I'm Taylor Lazenby.
All right, thank you, Taylor. At the nation's capital, Republicans are expressing opposition to the upcoming Senate trial of former President Donald Trump. Most Senate Republicans came out against another impeachment trial for former President Trump. On Tuesday, all but 5 voted in favor of a resolution to declare the proceeding unconstitutional. Their effort failed clearing the way for Mr. Trump to be tried next month.
The Senate's longest-serving member is back home this morning after being rushed to the hospital overnight. 80-year-old Vermont Democrat Patrick Leahy was taken out to the hospital out of an abundance of caution. This just hours after he took over his role presiding over the Senate impeachment trial of President Trump. Senator Leahy is expected to be back in the Senate today.
Coming up, a financial boost. The goal of a new pilot program that gives low-income workers an extra $500 a month.
And new information coming from the DWD today on Wisconsin's unemployment insurance program. What we expect to learn this morning, that's still ahead.
Hurry in for the biggest mattress offers of the year at Ashley HOMESTORE's Mattress Marathon Sale. Get the guaranteed best offer in all of Wisconsin on Tempur-Pedic and Beautyrest mattresses. Plus, save up to 65% off doorbusters like these. Only at Ashley HOMESTORE.
Your parents spent years taking care of you. But as the years go by, it becomes your turn to take care of them. This might mean trusting a nursing home, which promises to care for them as cherished loved ones. But if the nursing home you've chosen is not keeping their promise, we can help. If your parents have been injured in a nursing home, call Habish, Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Pick 'n Save, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Pick 'n Save. Fresh for everyone.
Guys, yay! A new phone's here. I switched to Spectrum Mobile. I'm saving money and I get 5G nationwide. It's literally the smartest thing I've ever done.
You split an atom with the soda bottle and 2 straws.
Oh, yeah. That was kind of an accident.
You found the 10th planet.
I mean, it was just a little bit of calculus.
You found a cure for hiccups.
Yeah, but nationwide 5G and I'm saving 40%? Come on. Oh, almost forgot. I figured out time travel, so we're gonna get nuts later.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile, get 5G nationwide, and save up to 40%. It's a better way to mobile. Spectrum Mobile.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Connect with News 3 Now on Facebook Messenger to create a personalized news feed just for you. The topics you want, the day's top stories, and push alerts for breaking news all through Messenger. Learn more at channel3000.com.
News 3 Now and Channel 3000 put top stories and breaking news at your fingertips. Video alerts and forecasts, simple and fast. Download the Channel 3000 app today.
During the Friends and Family Sale at Ashley HOMESTORE, save at least 30% and up to 54% off furniture doorbusters like these. Plus, take a bonus 15% off our sale prices at checkout and interest-free financing for 18 months. Only at Ashley HOMESTORE.
Okay, let's talk about masks. There is a lot of new information coming out about masks, best types, how to wear, how many do we need to wear at once? Dr. Dan Shirley from SSM Health is here this morning to clear some things up. Now, Doc, the science says masks work, but it's more complicated than that. So what's the newest and best recommendation you can give our viewers?
Well, thanks for having me. So yeah, masks definitely work, and as everybody knows, there are lots of different kinds of masks. So it is tricky to know what to wear, and obviously this has evolved over time. You know, the latest sort of note from Dr. Fauci is that you might consider wearing 2 masks, but really what's most important is that you find a well-fitting mask and wear it consistently. That's really the key to the whole thing.
Yeah, so what's the biggest mistake that we make when wearing masks?
I think we noticed that, you know, a lot of people end up talking or doing something else and the mask slips down from their nose. And as everybody knows, the nose and the mouth are both places where this virus could both go in or out. So I think that's really the thing. If, you know, everyone initially was told to get a mask, and people got masks of various types. And then we figured out that it's better if you have, you know, if it's a cloth mask, multiple layers. If you can find a surgical mask, great. And in the hospital, we often are concerned about using a mask that you might have heard of recently called N95 masks. And that's really because in the hospital, we're doing procedures and things which can really, what we call aerosolize or get the virus in the air in a room in the hospital. And so that's why those masks are super important in the hospital.
How often should we be changing out a surgical mask and washing like the cloth masks that we use?
Right. So this is tricky. I mean, I experienced this myself, figuring out what to do. And a lot of that has to do with the supply, honestly. But if you have an ample supply of masks, then changing them out, certainly if there's any sign of sort of wear and tear, like bending of the nose piece or dirty, a dirty mask. Same for the cloth mask. I think there's kind of a limit of how often you can wash those just by, you know, people are busy and doing other things. But, you know, if you think about it and you can kind of keep a fresh mask deal.
All right. Dr. Dan Shirley from SSM Health, thank you so much for your time this morning.
No problem. Thanks.
Okay, it's 6:15. Let's switch gears and check in with Miss Hattie McLean on a pretty chilly Wednesday, huh?
That is, yeah, you might want a face mask just to stay warm outside this morning. Temperatures have dropped into the single digits in many locations. It is definitely colder than it was this time yesterday by about 10 degrees. Here's our difference in temperature. 10 degrees colder today here in Madison, 13 degrees colder right now in Platteville than this time yesterday. The actual numbers, as I mentioned, single digits. Boscobel and Prairie du Chien are now down to 5, so we're still dropping with clear skies. The coldest time of the morning is typically right after the sun comes up. Our wind chills over the next 12 hours, it's going to feel like it's pretty close to 0, if not just a little bit below this morning. Wind chills, though, will hover right around 10 through the afternoon. So here's a look at your forecast as you head to the bus stop this morning. I'm certain that more kids will be going to school today than yesterday. It's going to be a cold one, so grab all that winter gear and bundle up. But we do have the sunshine today and highs right around 20 degrees. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll talk more about the sunshine. I'll tell you where it is in the forecast.
Light at the end of the tunnel. I like it. Thank you, Hattie. 6:16 now. A new bill in the U.S. Senate wants to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. That's more than double the current $7.25 an hour, which hasn't changed since 2009. Senator Bernie Sanders is leading the charge. It's also a part of President Biden's coronavirus relief package. Many Republicans and businesses have historically been against raising the wage. This plan, if it's passed, would gradually increase the wage over the next 5 years.
In Wausau, the city is moving forward on a pilot program to give low-income workers some more money. The city's finance committee just approved giving an extra $500 a month to a select group. The program is funded by a grant. The point is to see how those people spend the money.
People being able to, you know, just free up a little bit and pay off some bills. Maybe they don't have to go to a title loan place. You know, those are the kinds of things that you're seeing happen when people have a little bit of extra cash.
The data from the study will help drive policy across the U.S. Wausau City Council will vote on this next month.
We are hoping to learn more about why Wisconsin's unemployment insurance program took so long to pay out tens of thousands of Wisconsinites. The Department of Workforce Development is walking us through the program this morning in a public briefing to show just how outdated their equipment is. Governor Evers has called for a special session for lawmakers to modernize the state's unemployment system. No action has been taken by the legislature, but there is a committee in the Senate slated to talk about the topic later today.
A local nonprofit is encouraging you to donate to their mission of helping the homeless as the snow and the cold weather sets in. Porchlight says they have heard of a lot of people who don't feel like they need their stimulus checks to pay their bills right now. So they're asking those people to donate to agencies like theirs who are working to prevent eviction and homelessness. Porchlight is one of many agencies dealing with increased costs right now. For instance, the cost at the men's shelter on the east side has just skyrocketed during the pandemic, and CARES Act funding won't cover all of it.
It's having meals catered for supper and breakfast every day, professional cleaning every day and sanitization, having fresh, cleaned laundry by a professional company every day, and security services. So these are all expenses we didn't have a year ago.
Yeah, so the First Street Shelter can currently hold up to 250 people. The number of residents hasn't been too high in the past few days, but they do expect some more people to come to the shelter once the temperature drops right around 0. Coming up, if you're going out for a walk today, we got something for you. One of your favorite celebrities could be able to tag along. We'll tell you how.
And coming up in our next half hour, new guidance from the CDC might be putting your kids back in the classroom. Stay with us.
With a nursing degree, helping others went from a job to a career.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Warm up and save big during Steinhaffel's winter sale. Save 35% store-wide, and with Steinhaffel's 60-month special financing, your new room has never been more affordable. Get great deals like a Beauty Rest Queen mattress starting at $3.99. This sofa now only $4.99. A queen bed $7.99. Or this dining set just $9.49. Steinhaffel's has the largest selection of in-stock furniture and mattresses for every style and budget. So warm up and save at Steinhaffel's winter sale.
Imagine facing Wisconsin's bitter cold winter without a warm home, or the blistering heat of summer without power, then having to make the tough choice between eating or meeting other basic survival needs. Unfortunately, over 200,000 of our neighbors in need will face this difficult decision with no place else to turn, including those who are now unemployed due to the COVID-19 crisis. Keep a neighbor in crisis safely in their home during these difficult times by supporting and donating to the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund today.
The forecast calls for a messy commute. The Ford lineup helps keep you in command. Intelligent four-wheel drive monitors traction, and a terrain management system adapts to road conditions at the turn of a knob, so you're ready to take on the elements with confidence. Power through the storm in a new Ford Explorer, now with 0% financing for 72 months, plus $4,250 bonus cash. See your Wisconsin dealer today.
So I can get the latest phones free with no hidden requirements?
Yep. And do I have to get the most expensive plan?
Nope. No plan restrictions.
Okay, but we have to trade in our phones.
Right?
Right?
Nope. Keep your phones.
Did you say free phones?
Yep. The latest phone's free for you.
Okay.
Switch to US Cellular and get the latest 5G phones free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular.
Waking up to stuff like this should never be a surprise. Watch News 3 Now First Warn Weather, so you always know what's headed our way.
This day is our day! This moment is our moment! Let's take the next step!
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
After we backed that bus out of its stall and started driving, I just loved it. We really get a chance to get to know each other. Almost everyone has a different story about how they came to bus driving, so you really end up feeling like you're part of a family.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Welcome back. Little peek of pink and blue for your Wednesday. Always asking you to share your morning with us, and you folks step up to the plate. Linda sending us some good ones almost weekly, Linda. We appreciate it. What does your morning look like? Take a picture, use the hashtag MyNews3Morning, post it on social media. We'll find and share our favorites every morning on the program. Okay, so if you don't like to work out alone, you're not alone. If you have an Apple Watch, you can now have the ability to go on a walk with Shawn Mendes, Dolly Parton, and some other celebrities.
Yeah, it's part of a new fitness program for the Apple Watch called Time to Walk. It's an unscripted audio series. Celebrities share personal stories and music as they kind of go on a walk with you. Participating celebrities include Dolly Parton, Shawn Mendes, and Draymond Green. In order to access Time to Walk, you do have to get a Fitness Plus app and a subscription that costs $10 a month. Apple does offer a limited time free trial if you want to try it out before you pay. Fitness Plus will give you a variety of workout videos to choose from as well that can be accessed from your iPad, iPhone, or Apple TV.
Okay, Chris. So if you had to pick a celebrity to go on a walk with, who would it be?
Paul McCartney.
Oh, classic.
Yeah. How about you?
Mine would be Hattie McClain, because she's always asking me to go on walks, and I'm always napping instead.
You're so funny, Leah, because I was just going to say the same thing. Does Leah do that? Because I've been trying to get her to go on a real walk with me. Maybe this will be the way.
You sold me. You sold me.
Does Michelle Obama do it?
Ooh. Might be easier to get Michelle Obama than Leah Lynchide.
I'm tired, you guys.
I think so.
Need a nap, Pat.
I think so. I hear you. Well, today's a great napping day, but it's also a great day to get outside because we have fresh powder on the ground and a pretty quiet forecast. Temperatures aren't going to be too bad this morning. It is a little cool outside early today, though. Take a look at our temperatures. We're at 8 here in Madison. Janesville's down a couple degrees now to 12, 6 in the Dells, 5 in Boscobel and Prairie du Chien. So it's definitely a chilly start. Wind chill's not a huge factor today, but this is what it'll feel like if you're headed outside this morning. Leah, if you want to walk later on, it's only going to feel like it's in the teens, so not that bad later today. Here's our pet walk forecast. Spencer will probably go for a walk with you. 20 degrees later on today, so not a bad day at all. We'll have some sunshine as well. Our extended forecast is actually pretty quiet as we go through the rest of the week. We're lucky we get a couple of days of sun in a row. We have 18 degrees on Thursday with mostly sunny skies. Friday we're back into the 20s, and then when we look at the weekend, focusing on our next storm system, bringing the potential for some accumulating snow later Saturday into Sunday. It'll be breezy those days as well, so if you have travel plans, keep that forecast this weekend in mind.
Yeah, Hattie, those teens are going to be my excuse for today. Perfect napping weather, don't you think?
That's fine, I agree.
All right, thank you very much, Hattie. Folks, stay with us. We'll be right back after a short break here on News 3 Now This Morning.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
My wife had a tough week at work and she needed a break. I stopped by Quick Trip and they say, I want to surprise my wife with a special dinner. And the Quick Trip lady was like, our take-home meals are freshly made and absolutely delicious. I recommend the fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. And I'm like, sign me up. Upon arriving home, my wife says, wow, what's the occasion? And I'm like, just you. And she's like, looks like someone's getting dessert. Bless you, Quick Trip.
Quick Trip, we got you covered.
More epic than scaling Everest. More epic than a frontside 720. More epic than a kid eating broccoli. It's the epic sell-off at Denver Mattress. Right now, save big on the original Doctor's Choice lineup, starting at only $569.99. Check out the Summit Firm for only $189.99. Or get a $300 Furniture Row gift certificate when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the epic sell-off at Denver Mattress ends Thursday.
Still a traffic jam. Just better views. Still your to-do list. Just getting more done. Still packing up. Just a little easier. The Chevy Silverado, making life's journey just better.
Right now, get $4,750 cash allowance on this 2021 Silverado. Plus, current Chevy owners with an eligible GM credit card get an additional $1,750 total allowance. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Do you worry about going to the dentist? Well, relax. The Carefree Dental Card is now available in your area. Call the number on your screen and we'll send your actual card at no cost today. With the Carefree Dental Card, you go to the dentist whenever you need and you instantly pay a lot less. The Carefree Dental Card is just $15.95 a month. So call now and make going to the dentist carefree.
Call 1-800-451-3571 to receive your free Carefree Dental Card information kit.
a surprise party, a wedding proposal, an unexpected bonus at work. Some surprises are awesome, but this? Weather like this should never be a surprise. Not when you watch News 3 Now, where you get an accurate, reliable forecast, so you're never caught off guard by the weather. Need to get up early to shovel, add time to your commute, wear boots, rebook a flight? Let News 3 Now Firstborn Weather give you everything you need to know so you can plan your life.
Connect with News 3 Now on Facebook Messenger to create a personalized news feed just for you. The topics you want, the day's top stories, and push alerts for breaking news, all through Messenger. Learn more at channel3000.com.
At News 3 Now, we've been asking antenna viewers to rescan TVs in order to receive our boosted broadcast signal. If you're still experiencing problems after rescanning, you may need to install a UHF-VHF combined antenna. For more information, please go to channel3000.com.
New variants, new questions. An expert will tell us whether the way you mask up is still safe enough to protect you from the new strains.
Plus, the CDC making its case to get your kids back in the classroom, and it's based on a study of Wisconsin schools.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. We made it halfway through the week. We're glad you're waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchine.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Josh Sprider has the day off, so I'm a little sore today, Leah, after all that shoveling and snow blowing yesterday. I did get the snowblower out, but I got this little rickety old thing that really needs a lot of oomph behind it to work. How are you feeling this morning? Or did you just send Zach out there to do it all?
Hey, I was watching very supportively
I'm sure
from
you were.
the chair, saying, put your back into it. You got this. You got this.
There you go, supporting from the sidelines.
Chris, I'm thinking you were using a little too much oomph. A little birdie told me you broke a couple of shovels.
I don't know what's up. I broke 2 snow shovels yesterday.
What?
I don't know. I had to back up and broke it too. They were old. I don't know. Maybe it was their time to go. So yeah, I'm in the market for a new snow shovel if you want to send any recommendations my way.
Good luck finding one.
Thanks. All right, to our headlines this morning. The Wisconsin Assembly is expected to vote on a resolution to repeal the state's mask mandate tomorrow. The Senate voted in support of overturning the mandate yesterday. 2 Republicans, Dale Kuyenga and Robert Cowles, voted against that resolution. The healthcare community and other public health groups have criticized the Republican-led effort to overturn it. Republicans argue the mandate is based off an unlawful public health emergency order. Lawmakers won't need a signature either from the governor to approve the resolution. If it passes both chambers, local governments would have to approve their own mask orders. And that's exactly what Dane County plans to do. County Executive Joe Parisi says Dane County's existing mask order will stay in effect no matter what the decision at the state level is. He says the state needs more science and less politics. The CDC says masks are one of the most effective ways to stop the spread of COVID.
Area doctors are keeping an eye on some of the COVID variants we're starting to see in Wisconsin and the evolving mask recommendations surrounding them. Joining us this morning to explain more about those precautions is Dr. Nasia Safdar. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
So there's concern that these variants are more contagious and quite possibly more dangerous. Should we be double masking at this point?
You know, I think it certainly seems to be the case that they're more transmissible. And so masking is one of the critical prevention measures to prevent transmission. I think that a close-fitting mask that covers the nose and mouth and allows you to breathe is probably adequate. I don't think that people necessarily always have to double mask. But it's certainly true that there is a wide variety of masks out there. So wearing something flimsy that isn't covering your nose and mouth, that you have to adjust every few minutes, that's probably not the best type of mask.
How often should we be reusing our cloth masks or washing them?
Very often, I would say. I ask people to think of them as kind of like handkerchiefs, you know. How often would you wash it after you've used it? Hopefully very frequently. And it's also a good idea to think about discarding it every so often, especially when you see that it's getting frayed and isn't close-fitting anymore.
Are there other stricter safety measures we should be taking in light of these variants?
Well, I think the whole suite of solutions, which includes masking, physical distancing, frequent hand hygiene, and avoiding large gatherings, I think all of those still need to be deployed as we get later into this year.
And what do you think is the one policy us Wisconsinites could be doing better right now? Is it mask wearing? Is it social distancing?
I think it's really all of them. I think we've done pretty well considering that it was a terrible year and people are tired and fatigued of having to do this again in 2021. But there is, light at the end of the tunnel. The vaccines are likely to be highly effective. We have to get over the hurdles of administering them, but assuming that that happens, I think that this will be a better year. But having said that, we really do need to continue masking and doing all the other things that we're being asked to do for public health.
Doctor, thanks so much for taking the time with us this morning.
Thank you.
Teachers and child care workers will be included in Phase 1B of the state's vaccination plan. They'll have to wait, though, about a month before they can get their first shots. State health officials say teachers, along with food supply workers, public transit workers, and prisoners will be able to get shots starting on March 1st. It all depends on the state's vaccine supply from the federal government. For some teachers in Wisconsin, the wait is disappointing.
I think this is a bit of a delay for all of us because we know it's essential for us opening schools full-time to get our staff vaccinated.
That March estimate isn't stopping the D.C. Everest School District just outside of Wausau from preparing. The superintendent there had hoped for a vaccine by next week. Again, that's not going to happen. 80% of staff are interested in getting one, and she wants to get those shots in arms as quickly as possible. The district tells our affiliate in Wausau that they hope to have students back full-time before the end of the school year. They say the plan all depends, though, on availability of the vaccine and how case numbers are.
A new CDC report shows just how safe in-person learning can be as long as schools follow the right precautions. A paper published in JAMA shows the kind of spread we've seen in crowded offices and long-term care facilities has not been reported in schools. People have come down with COVID inside schools, but researchers say there's little evidence that that has contributed meaningfully to more cases in those communities. One of the studies focuses on Wood County in Wisconsin, just west of Stevens Point. It found COVID rates in schools were 37% lower than the rates in the surrounding community. 4% of students who tested positive had caught the virus in classrooms. So here's what researchers recommend for schools. They say triple layer masking, social distancing, and maintaining the same small social groups helps prevent the spread. The CDC says extracurricular activities like sports are going to be riskier. Physical distancing in sports is almost impossible. And the American Academy of Pediatrics does advise against mask wearing in some sports because it poses a choking hazard. Researchers say to keep COVID out of the classroom, communities need to be ready to fight in other ways, like restricting indoor dining.
With Madison schools starting back up this week, the district continues to offer free meals for all students. This school year, the district's given out more than 700,000 meals. On a given week, about 13% of all students get one of those meals. Participation really trailed off before winter break. Families, here a reminder. You can pick up a week's worth of breakfast and lunches at no cost to you, and you can find all the information. I've posted a link on our Facebook page.
6:36 now. A snow emergency is set to expire in just about a half an hour here in Madison. Plow crews are still out and about at this hour, working overnight to help finish up the side streets. You're going to have to do your part too. All sidewalks need to be cleared by noon today to avoid a $250 ticket from the city. And you better believe Miss Hattie McLean's sidewalk is cleared. She's got her eye on the next round of snow headed our way. Hads?
Yeah, a fantastic amount of snow yesterday, though, across especially the Madison area with some pretty high amounts. You may still have to clean up this morning. I think I heard the plows make another pass by the house, cleaning up the streets early this morning. So maybe prepare for round 2 of shoveling this morning. Here's a look at snowfall accumulations from that storm. There was a swath of heavier snow right through the middle of our viewing area, Madison included. Now, officially at the airport, the official snow total for the date was 5.2 inches. But all around, we saw inches or amounts more like 7 to 8 inches. So you're probably cleaning up a lot of snow. Now, we do have more snow in the forecast, but it holds off until the weekend. With all of this fresh snow on the ground, it is going to be a little bit colder for the next couple of days. Temperatures will top only in the teens and low 20s today and tomorrow. But the good news is we'll have some sunshine. Take a look at Weather Track, and it'll show you the lack of clouds really across the area this morning. The clouds did clear late yesterday, saw a little bit of sunshine sunshine on my walk during the afternoon, and it looks like there'll be more sunshine in the forecast for us today. Now, under those clear skies, temperatures are dropping into the single digits in many spots. Watertown is down now to 7. We're at 8 here in Madison. Mineral Point is in the single digits now with 9, and Platteville and Prairie du Chien have dropped to 4 degrees. So it is a cool start today. Luckily, there isn't much of a wind to factor in. In fact, winds are calm in many locations. 5-mile-an-hour wind from the north here in Madison will create just a little bit of a wind chill. Our forecast, though, for today, wind chill-wise, will stay in the single digits to low teens. Future track shows you quite a few clouds on the area. It's really overdoing the cloud cover for southern Wisconsin this morning. My forecast has partly sunny skies today, so not a bad day at all with that sunshine. Temperatures will be climbing to around 20 later on this afternoon. Now, skies will be clear tonight. Expect temperatures to drop like a rock as soon as the sun sets. By 10 or 11 o'clock, we'll already be back into the single digits. And it's looking like a pretty cold start for tomorrow morning. Temperatures are forecast to be below 0 tomorrow, 2 below. 18 is the high with abundant sunshine, though, for Thursday. And then we'll gradually warm back to around 30 for the upcoming weekend. There you see a few chances for snow in the upcoming 10-day forecast as well.
All right, thank you, Hattie. The same system that brought us all that snow is what's responsible for this. The aftermath of a devastating tornado in Alabama. New video here of some damage in the daylight. The tornado killed a 14-year-old boy who was hiding with his family in a basement when his home collapsed. Dozens more are injured. The storm hit in Fultondale, just north of Birmingham.
6:39 now. For a generation of children of color, the inauguration of Vice President Kamala Harris is a reminder that anything is possible.
Local lawmakers say now is a great time for all children to ask questions and discover their own political voices. Taylor Lazenby spoke with some of your representatives who are continuing to break barriers. Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning, Chris. That's right. I recently spoke with Representative Samba Balde, who is excited to continue a tradition and pattern we're seeing of firsts. Now, he's part of a branch of government that has recently seen a lot of its own firsts, like the November election of Madison chef and restaurant owner Francesca Hong. She's now the first Asian American representative in our state. And the 2019 inauguration of Madison Representative Sheila Stubbs, the first African American woman to represent the Dane County in our state legislature. Now, Balde hopes the younger generation sees all of these changes and knows that they can be a part.
Be positive, be hopeful, but participate. Put yourself forward. The biggest failure, in my opinion, is lack of trying. And so don't believe anything that tells you that you cannot do it.
Balde's message for young adults right now is to be present. He says if you have questions and want to know more about how just the government works, to reach out to your lawmakers, because that's what they're here to do. Now, we have more information on Representative Balde up on our website. That's at channel3000.com. For News 3, I'm Taylor Lazenby.
Taylor, thank you very much. All right, 6:41 now. A quick look at the snow-covered patio this morning. We have a chilly Wednesday in store, and if you plan to be out and about enjoying all that white stuff, Patty has another look at just how cold it's going to get after the break.
And an extra boost. The caffeine and soda isn't enough for you. The new drinks that mix cola and coffee.
Did you know that 178 million Americans are missing at least one tooth?
It's true. That's why at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we only focus on tooth replacement solutions.
Whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or dental implants, we have an experienced dentist who can create a new smile just for you.
At a price that's affordable.
Because at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we want you to go ahead and smile.
I think the biggest thing that Gruber Law Offices did was put me at ease, knowing that I had somebody on my side.
I felt that they were concerned about me.
They called me to ask me how I feel. How's everything going?
They didn't just care about what was going on with my case, but they actually cared about me as a person, what was going on with me, what was going on with my children.
At the end of the whole process, you felt like part of the family. It was one of the best decisions we made.
One call, that's all.
Happy Reuben wants to wish you a Happy New Year. This January, Reuben's has received new and exciting furniture from all over the world. Stop in for a look at our new marble table or sink into a soft Danish-designed leather sofa. Reuben stores have hundreds of items for immediate delivery. Why wait? It's time to brighten up your home. Days are getting longer, and spring will be here in a few short months. Come visit us at our downtown or west side store today. All of us at Reuben's wish you a happy and healthy new year.
Incomparable design makes it beautiful. State-of-the-art technology makes it brilliant. The Lexus NX, with pedestrian detection, lane departure alert, and Amazon Alexa compatibility, standard. Experience the crossover in its most visionary form.
Lease the 2021 NX300 all-wheel drive for $359 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
On the next Live Before, our happiness expert shows us how to find purpose in life, and we'll get an update on the vaccine rollout in Wisconsin from the Department of Health Services.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today. Accurate news as it happens.
We need more vaccine to be allocated to our state.
Right here, where you live.
In 2022, we should hopefully have a new and improved Beltline.
Information that you can use.
Water backup is not part of the standard homeowners insurance coverage.
From the team you can trust.
This bomb was placed in a way that really could have hurt people.
For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now.
All right, Lee and I have our coffee. Hattie has her tea. And there's a new drink out, if you like coffee, that might give you a little bit of extra boost, a little more caffeine in it. So check out what Coca-Cola is offering up now. It is a coffee-infused version of Coca-Cola Classic. Coca-Cola with coffee and Coca-Cola with coffee zero sugar are available in ready-to-drink coffee aisles. The new drinks are infused with Brazilian coffee, a few flavors available here. Dark blend, vanilla, and caramel. It has about 2/3 of the amount of caffeine as your average cup of coffee. But with all that sugar, woo, it's sure to wake you up.
Ooh, this is not something I can get behind. I don't think any of us are big pop drinkers anyway.
No.
I think the real question here is, are you calling this pop or soda? But that's just me.
You called it pop. You call it pop?
It's pop.
I call it soda.
Soda.
Yeah.
Hattie, feel free to weigh in.
I used to call it pop. Yeah, where I grew up, it was always pop. But I've been down in Madison for so long that I've just transitioned to soda.
Isn't that weird? Like, so I grew up in Stevens Point. Hattie grew up in northwest Wisconsin, and Leah, you're from Highland. And we have these varying, you know, it's all different.
It's so regional, isn't it? So here's the next question for you. We're totally off topic, by the way, but these are the real things people want to hear about.
Yeah.
Is it bubbler or water fountain?
Yeah, where I'm from, it's a bubbler.
Hattie?
It's a drinking fountain. I never heard the word bubbler.
Me either.
Never,
Me either.
until I came down here.
It's the west side of the state that's got it right, just saying.
Good stuff. Well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's crazy. Well, whatever you call it, it's cold outside this morning. You want to bundle up before you head out the door. Temperatures have been dropping over the last couple of hours, down into the single digits in most spots. So grab that buff, that face mask, whatever you need to stay warm this morning. Weather Track is showing you, though, that there is a real lack of cloud cover across the region. So we'll have a nice sunrise coming up after 7 o'clock this morning. Our temperatures over the next 12 hours are going to top right around 20 degrees later on this afternoon.
Thank you, Hattie. Stick around. The morning sprint is next.
But first, it's January 27th. We want to say happy birthday to Kaiser and all the kiddos turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with us here on News 3 Now this morning. Have a great day.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Have a nice day.
I'm going to. Yeah. And you've dealt with that, right?
laundry when you get it at the Brothers Maine. We're the team that gives you more laundry brands, savings, and service every time. What more can the More Store do for you? How about free delivery on your washer-dryer pair and a risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee? Because we're not happy until you're happy. From laundry to TVs, appliances to mattresses, Maine means more because you deserve more, right? See for yourself at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
The modern farmhouse look is here to stay, and we have it for less at Slumberland Furniture. Start out with neutrals. Use a beige or light gray sofa as your base to build on. Next, mix and match metals and wood. Try adding contrast by using light with dark. Finally, add home-style pillows and unique farmhouse accessories. Play around and have fun. Get your current look for less at Slumberland Furniture.
My mom was a bank teller, but her hands were so crippled by arthritis she could no longer do her job. She applied for Social Security disability benefits. Like most people, my mom was denied. I'm attorney Don Becker. Don't be embarrassed and don't give up. My mom appealed. You can too. Disability law is all we do.
Call the Becker Law Office, 1-800-254-7766.
Dear Winter, it's been fun getting to know you. Sleet, blizzards, ice. I love that you don't hold back. We didn't take it personally when you tried to bury us under 6 feet of snow. It's cool. You do your thing, and we'll do ours. Stay chill. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can get $500 customer cash on a new 2021 Toyota 4Runner. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Visit MadisonMagazine.com to subscribe and save.
Like I said, this is a dipstick.
Dipstick.
Before you make plans, download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app.
6:50 time for the morning sprint.
Wisconsin's mask mandate could be repealed as soon as tomorrow. That's when the Assembly is expected to vote on a resolution to repeal it. The Senate voted in support of overturning the mandate just yesterday. 2 Republicans, Dale Koyenga and Robert Cowles, voted against that resolution. Lawmakers will not need a signature from the governor to approve the resolution. If it passes both chambers, local governments would have to approve their own mask orders.
Experts say that wearing masks from now on just until April would save 50,000 lives who otherwise will pass away if we don't wear these masks.
President Biden, they're asking you to wear masks in public for the next 100 days. It's part of his 100-day challenge. The president has already issued a mandate for wearing masks on federal property. That includes planes, trains, buses, and at airports. A study published by the Lancet Digital Health Journal finds if mask wearing increased by just 10% in the U.S., it would significantly slow the spread of the virus.
Investigators with the WHO will leave quarantine today to start investigating the origins of COVID-19 in Wuhan, China. The team has spent the past 2 weeks in video calls with Chinese scientists. The country has been accused of downplaying the outbreak's severity during its early stages.
More than 100 million people have been infected across the world with COVID. According to Johns Hopkins University's data, the U.S., India, Brazil, Russia, and the U.K. have the most cases. The U.S. makes up a quarter of all cases in the world. The virus has killed more than 2 million people in just over a year.
Wisconsin makes up just over 500,000 of those cases. 22,000 people have active cases this morning. The state added another 1,200 new cases yesterday. That's just below the 7-day average of 1,500.
Wisconsin is taking back some COVID-19 vaccine doses from CVS and Walgreens. The state plans to distribute them to nursing homes itself. State health officials argue the slow federal rollout of vaccines has contributed to the state being one of the slowest to distribute and administer the shots. The Journal-Sentinel reports the doses from the pharmacies will go to independent pharmacies and local health departments.
Hand sanitizer from Mexico could have methanol in it. The FDA is issuing a countrywide important alert about the products. The alcohol-based sanitizers are labeled as having ethanol, but actually tested positive for methanol, which is not an accepted ingredient in hand sanitizer in the U.S. It can be toxic if it's absorbed through the skin, and it can be life-threatening if it's ingested.
Today is International Holocaust Remembrance Day. It's an annual event meant to honor the 6 million Jewish victims of the Holocaust and other victims of the Nazi regime. According to the Anti-Defamation League, anti-Semitic incidents in the U.S. hit a 4-decade high in 2019. 16 states require Holocaust education in schools. Wisconsin is not one of them.
Capitol Police in D.C. are formally apologizing this morning for failing to stop the insurrection at the Capitol. At least 150 people have been arrested in the 3 weeks since the deadly riots, and many more are expected. The acting U.S. Capitol chief admitted the department knew there was a strong potential for violence and didn't take the steps to prevent it. Officers are preparing to hold a vote of no confidence in the department's leadership.
Families will no longer be separated at the border under the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy. The Biden administration's Justice Department has rescinded the policy entirely. Lawyers have not been able to reach the parents of more than 600 children who border officials split up between 2017 and 2018. Prosecutors can now use their own judgment on a case-by-case basis to decide whether any criminal charges apply to an individual immigrant. Breaking news, a nuclear arms agreement between the U.S. and Russia will likely be extended for 5 years. Russia's parliament approved it within the last couple of hours. Russian lawmakers now need to ratify it. The vote comes a day after President Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin talked on the phone about extending the START treaty. The Kremlin says the two agreed to wrap up the process within the next few days. The extension doesn't require congressional approval in the U.S.
The former Wauwatosa police officer who resigned after shooting and killing 3 people in 5 years on the job has a new gig already. The Waukesha County Sheriff says he's hired Joseph Mensah after an extensive review. Mensah applied for the job online. The sheriff says Mensah's use of force in previous cases was proper. In the latest shooting, 1 year ago now, Mensah killed Alvin Cole outside of a mall, sparking protests and calls for his removal.
We're hoping to learn more today about why Wisconsin's unemployment insurance program took so long to pay out tens of thousands of Wisconsinites. The Department of Workforce Development is holding a public briefing to show how outdated the program is. Governor Evers has called for a special session on the topic. No action has been taken by the legislature yet, but there is a Senate committee slated to talk about the program later today.
No new players will join the Baseball Hall of Fame this year. None of the players got the necessary 3/4 majority of votes needed to be enshrined in Cooperstown. Former Red Sox, Diamondbacks, and Phillies pitcher Curt Schilling came the closest. He missed the threshold by just 16 ballots.
A snow emergency is set to expire in a few minutes here in Madison at 7 o'clock. Crews have been working all night to clear the streets. They started at 11 o'clock yesterday morning. You'll have to do your part, too. Those sidewalks need to be cleared off by noon today.
And here's your first warm forecast. Taking a look outside from our WISC TV sky camera shot, we're looking at a bank of clouds moving in from the west. These are likely high-level clouds that will filter the sunshine a little bit today. Temperatures are still dropping. 4 now in Madison, 4 in Platteville, 4 in the Dells, and 4 in Prairie du Chien. Our winds are going to stay relatively light today, so not much of a wind chill factor for us as high temperatures climb into the 20s. Wind chills, though, will stay in the single digits and teens right through the afternoon. That extended forecast brings more sunshine into the area on Thursday and quiet conditions through the rest of the week.
Thank you very much, Hattie, and thanks for joining us, folks. Taking that sunrise this morning. Have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow.